Today I'd like to talk about something that bothers me, and that is how the big food industries can really make you think that their products are healthy for you. All right, as an example, the other day I went to Whole Foods. Now, the only time I go to Whole Foods is when they have a machine there. You can get fresh squeezed orange juice. And, you know, they have a pretty decent fruit and vegetable section. Although it's only, you know, percentage-wise of the store, it's maybe 10 to 20% max, okay? 10 to 20% maximum of the store, the whole store, okay? So anyway, I went there, and as I'm walking in, I see an ad on the door. You know, get your deals, you know, here's the deals, you know, fill up your cart, that type of thing. And they had 9 food items listed that were on sale. Now, out of those 9, there was only one whole food, okay? The rest, well, I shouldn't say it was a whole food. Well, the meat and chicken and all that are whole foods, but I'm talking about healthy whole foods. Now, I know some of you out there may say, this guy is crazy. Well, I've been studying nutrition for 37 years. I became vegan 11 years ago. So if I've been studying nutrition so long, why did it take me so long to finally realize that eating vegan is the best way to eat? I was fooled like everyone else with marketing hype, okay? Remember, these industries have huge bucks. They own the politicians. The politicians, you know, will tell the food pyramid, the USDA food pyramid, you know, they've been promoting meat and dairy and for decades and decades and decades. Those foods do not have anything to do with your health, and they do not have anything that you cannot get from plants, from a plant-based diet. Okay, so they had 9 foods listed on their door. They had crackers, cookies, animal welfare rated organic, air chilled, whole chicken. Okay, so welfare rated? I mean, what does that mean? They take good care of the animals before they kill them? Okay. Organic. That's a term that's used so often. You know, they're free range. Organic. Everybody thinks anything organic is good for you. Not the case. Then they had animal welfare rated sirloin steak. They had soda. They had granola bars. They had Wild Planet. Okay, Wild Planet. Canned seafood and chicken. Okay, again, not foods that are promoting your health. And then the 8th item they had was sliced in-house deli meats and cheeses. Really bad for you. Okay, so that's what they're promoting. And this is Whole Foods. You know, people hear that name and they think, oh, Whole Foods, greatest place since the wheel, you know, I mean, or not the wheel, but whatever. Greatest place, it's Whole Foods, it's organic. The 9th item they had was blueberries, okay? One healthy whole food they were promoting, okay? And they probably charge you an arm and a leg for those. So, like I said, You know, I've been studying nutrition for 37 years. If you want to improve your health and your performance in whatever sport you're doing, you've got to go to a plant-based diet, a vegan diet. And as I mentioned, you can get all the nutrients you need from plants. You do not need meat, milk, and all that stuff. And I also think that some of the things promoted here, you know, the cookies and the crackers, they're loaded with rancid oils, okay, not healthy for you at all. But they'll say, you know, it's organic or whatever they do to promote these things. But the point I'm trying to make, don't be fooled. You ask anybody on this planet, what's the most, you know, what would you say the healthiest foods on the planet are? And what are they going to say? Fruits and vegetables. So why not eat fruits and vegetables? Okay? Now, I know that a lot of people have tried a vegan diet and they go, oh, I tried it for a week, didn't work, couldn't deal with it. You know, always hungry, irritated. And that's because you're not getting enough calories. Now, where can you get calories on a whole food plant-based diet? You have to eat a larger volume of fruit, number one. And if you're not eating, because fruit is rocket fuel for any athlete, any human being, it's constantly cleansing your body. So it's the healthiest food on the planet is fruit, number one. Number two, you've got vegetables, okay? Leafy greens, tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, sprouts, all that stuff, very good for you, but they're not going to meet your calorie needs. You need those foods for the vitamins, the minerals, but you're not going to get your calories from vegetables. Now, your root vegetables, your potatoes, are going to help. If you're not getting enough calories from fruit, you've got to get them from potatoes, then maybe some rice, some beans, legumes, black beans, pinto beans, things like that. And then the next thing that you could get some nutrition from is whole grains. Now, when I say a whole grain, it's got to be a whole grain, not this stuff that's stripped of the germ. You know, like with wheat, the wheat germ is stripped out. So you need a whole grain. Now, those foods, in my opinion, are not as optimal as fruits and vegetables in their raw state. When you eat things that are raw, you get 100% water, you're getting the fiber and all the vitamins and minerals. With grains, you have to cook them. Okay, so you're losing, and you have to cook them to eat them. I mean, you can't eat a potato raw, or rice raw, or beans raw. So, you know, there's definitely some nutrition there, but not as good for you as the raw foods. So my suggestion, uptake your fruit and your leafy greens and your salads. And the other thing, which I didn't mention, is nuts, seeds, and then fruits. You've got your avocado. Now, your avocado is high in calories, but you have to be careful with avocado, nuts, and seeds, because those foods are so high in fat. Now, my recommendation is 10%. That's right, only 10% of your daily caloric need should be from fat. Okay, so as an example, I mean, that's not a lot. I mean, you take let's say almond butter as an example, okay, almonds. Almond butter, if you were to put that in your smoothie, if you took a tablespoon and a half, that would meet your fat needs for the day, okay? So that can be hard for some people in the beginning. You mean that's all the fat I get? all day? A tablespoon and a half of almond butter? Well, if you want your performance to go through the roof, if you want your health to really get to a point where that you never thought was possible, that's what you have to do. I'm here to tell you the truth. I'm not here to tickle your ears like these companies and like Whole Foods. They'll tickle your ears all day long. Oh, it's organic. They're free-range chickens. You know, this stuff, and there's been studies done that prove that we need this, you know, we need chicken or meat. Yeah, and who funded the studies? The meat and the chicken industries funded the studies, okay? They're paying for all of this information that's promoting their food. So I'm telling you, it's the only way, and it's not that difficult if you eat enough fruit, and then if you're still hungry, you know, go to the rice, the beans, and the potatoes. Maybe get some whole grain pasta, you know, stuff like that to get that satiated feeling. You know, everybody wants to feel like, wow, that I feel satiated. I feel like I can go for a while now. But let me say this, and in my case anyway, even though I've always been a thin person my whole life, I can eat some food. I think I get it from my mom, and she wasn't, you know, fat or anything, but she liked to eat. And so did my dad, but not as much as my mom. She would love to eat. And so I've tended, you know, like, even though I've always been relatively thin my whole life, I basically was overeating a lot. I still tend to do that sometimes. But, you know, so don't be fooled. There's a lot of stuff out there that has nothing to do with your health, but a lot to do with generating money for the people that are selling these products. Okay, so that's my, I guess you want to call this a rant or whatever, but I just couldn't believe it when I walked into Whole Foods and I saw, you know, they promote themselves as, oh, we're Whole Foods. They had one really healthy whole food that was on sale. The rest they promote as healthy. They promote it as healthy, but it's not really helping your health at all. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Please give it a thumbs up. And remember, if you want your performance to increase, if you want your health to get to a point where you're like, wow, I'm feeling so good, check out some of my stuff that I have online. Now, I'm not selling any products, but I am selling what I've learned and how you can adapt a plant-based diet very easily and really enjoy it. Feel satiated. You're not missing anything. Why would you want to miss, you know, arthritis, heart disease, cancer, and diabetes? So, all the best, guys. And again, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Take care.